Hi, I'm Jessie Abbott, your host of Valley News Now, here with Allison Weckman from Power of 100.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me again.
Okay, I love Power of 100, Women Who Care from the Red River Valley. Tell us maybe just a little overview about what that is.
Yes.
If people have never heard of it.
So the Power of 100 was started with the thought that 100 women getting together to donate $100 each is a $10,000 impact for a local nonprofit.
Think of that.
And yeah, what an amazing way to give back to your community just by pooling resources, collecting together rather than, I donate here, you donate there, and that's great. The nonprofits definitely benefit from that, but if you can kind of get together and work collaboratively,
Yes.
and
intentionally.
It just makes an even bigger impact for those organizations. So.
And I think for the organization itself too, when you get, $25 here, $150 here, but when you get a chunk of money, it's like, okay, then they're really intentional about how they spend it as well.
Yes.
Which I just think benefits everybody so
Absolutely.
much.
Absolutely. They can really kind of hit those big goals that they have,
Yes.
right? And really, really do some amazing things with a larger donation. So.
Definitely. So what a great idea. I know we talked a little bit about the start of it last time you were here, and let's talk about the one coming up and just like, so people are watching, okay, I want to be a part of that. How do I join?
Yes.
All right.
So we have our next quarterly event next week on Wednesday, October 11th at the Moorhead Legion. So our first time being in Moorhead, we're very appreciative that they're going to let us use their space. So check-in is at 3:30. So if you've never been, come at 3:30.
Okay.
We'll kind of give you the spiel and the rundown.
All right.
But the meeting itself starts promptly at 4.
Nice.
And we know that women are busy, so we're going to get you in and out in an hour. So 4 to 5 is the event.
Okay.
And kind of the way the meeting runs is we take nominations ahead of time.
Okay.
All of the nominations go into a gold bingo spinner.
Nice.
And then at the event, we randomly draw 3 nonprofits to get up, and they get 5 minutes to kind of give their pitch, and then 5 minutes for questions from the attendees.
Nice.
And then we vote that night on which of those 3 nonprofits that got to give their pitch, which one we want to donate our money to.
Oh, cool.
We write our checks out that night, or a lot of them have online giving now that you can just scan a QR code and send money that way. But yeah, the Power of 100 is just a group of women. We're not a nonprofit ourselves, so no money passes through us. So you write your check directly to the organization that's selected.
So no money even goes through you.
No.
So I mean, a lot of times you hear like, the proceeds go, and sometimes it's worded carefully.
Yep.
But this literally can't. I mean, all the money has to go through because it doesn't even go through you.
Right. Yes. The Power of 100. We're all volunteers. Those of us that help behind the scenes to get these events up and running and do the social media. It's all just a labor of love to help these local nonprofits. So yeah, no money passes through us. We just are there to help support these charities.
And it was just an idea that you thought, you and a friend.
Not me.
Okay.
No, I'm just along for the ride.
Okay, you just, I don't know. Sometimes I think she doesn't want to take credit for where credit is due. But but for the people that started it and for all the volunteers that help run it, I mean, I really like to have women start to think, and myself as well, to think about those hours that you volunteer as giving. I mean, because I think a lot is put on us, from school to church to just nonprofits and whatever it may be, that we get to think about that as time that we're giving to and the value that has. And so thank you for doing that. That's a huge donation of your time and expertise and experience, all of those things.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to pop over to Facebook so we can show you the, let's see, oops, clicked the wrong thing. All right, here we go. And then I'm just going to give it over to Allison.
Yes. So this is our Facebook page where you can find all sorts of information. We post all of our quarterly events. So as you can see, January, April, July, and October is generally the schedule that we follow. We've been kind of sticking to the Wednesdays from 4 to 5. That's been working well.
Nice.
So here's all the details. As I mentioned, for next week's event, we're at the Moorhead Legion. 3:30 for check-in, and then 4 to 5, and we are pretty good about being done promptly at 5.
Nice.
This right here is how you can nominate a nonprofit that you would like to have the opportunity to possibly be selected. So you do have to be a member of the group to make a nomination, and the way you become a member is with your $100 donation, and you can be a member individually. You can do a team or a group.
So
we do like teams where each donates $50. We do teams where maybe you've got 4 members and each donates $25 a quarter. So very flexible to make it work for whatever your budget might be to be able to give. But so each $100 donation gets you a vote at the event and a nomination for prior to the event. So if you've got a nonprofit that you are very passionate about, that you would love to see be eligible for this kind of larger donation, you can nominate them, show up, vote for them.
And then what else I love about this is, I mean, there's just so many things, but I love that we get to find out about a lot of nonprofits, because there are so many in this area and so many good causes, and it can even be a little bit overwhelming sometimes, but I love that you're just like, we're going to do 3 each time. I mean, so then in the course of a year, you've seen 12, and the next year another 12, and then not only that, but you know what, the people sharing and being there and networking, you just can't. I can't put a value on that, really.
The thing that I love the most about a lot of the nonprofits that get nominated is there is such a personal passion for a lot of them, and a lot of them are the smaller nonprofits that don't have probably a full-time person. They don't have a marketing budget to be out promoting their cause. So it's usually a small group of people that are dedicated to supporting the mission, that really need the funds. They maybe don't have a large fundraising event every year, or you know, whatever it is. So
they're just out there. They feel passionate about something, and they're trying to make a difference in the community.
So to get to learn about these nonprofits that exist out there that you wouldn't otherwise see or know about is really amazing.
It is. It's really cool, and then we can find ways to work together too. I feel like a lot of us. I feel like we're getting more connected. But to know like, oh, you're helping youth. I do this. Maybe those 2 things could work together.
Absolutely.
And the more we can do that, then obviously we all rise, and it's so great. We were talking a little bit about the financial commitment as well, and like you said, you can do teams. So you can do, I mean, if you want to do a team of 10, you can do a team of 10.
You absolutely could.
But the $100, at one time I thought, oh, that's $400. But when you think of times that you even just round up, and different things you do like that, or you're at an auction and you do the heads or tails, or you do this or that, a little more kind of willy-nilly, this is a really cool way to be intentional about it, to make sure that you, kind of an easy way we were talking, to get your giving in, and to learn about other nonprofits. So I'm talking way too much.
No, that's
I'm just excited. You get me excited every time you come. I'm like, this is amazing.
Well, it always is better when somebody else can talk about it and be passionate about it. That means that we're reaching people. So that's good.
Definitely. And I would encourage you too to ask your employer, because a lot of employers are doing the same thing. They have budgets that they need to give, and they don't really know where. I mean, we're all busy at work. We go home, we're busy with our families. It's hard to make that time to try to find out about nonprofits. So a lot of your employers would actually like for you to ask them and be willing to do the fundraising, themselves. And even you just see this more and more in companies now, where they might be willing to do 4 of you in an office and say, I want you guys to go be at this, network with other people, have that hour and a half off of work, and go do it. And so don't be afraid to ask your employers about that.
Absolutely. Yes. It's a wonderful event to meet other women in the community that are passionate about giving back. As we mentioned, learning about the other nonprofits. One thing I didn't mention is, while we are tabulating the votes at the end of the event, the charity that was selected the previous meeting gets to come back and talk about the impact that the donation made and what they used the funds for, and just kind of give a little update on how their organization was affected by that donation. So that's always really good to hear.
That's incredible. I'm really looking forward to that. That's really cool. I got it on my calendar. Last time I phoned it in. I just QR coded it in. But this time I got it on my calendar, and I can't wait to meet all of you. I mean, and just, it's like-minded people who are passionate and care about things. And you never know, your new best friend might be there too.
Absolutely. And I mentioned, about being a member, but if you're not a member, if you're not sure if you want to be a member, you can still come next Wednesday and check it out. That's absolutely welcome.
Oh, wow.
Just obviously you can't vote then if you're not a member, but if you want to just come and see what we're all about, we'd love to have you there.
So what a great perfect time. And the membership is super easy, like she said too. It's a really easy form to fill out. really quick. Okay, I'm going to take everybody back to Facebook. And so Power of 100 RRV, Red River Valley. Just pull up a tab right now and hop over there so you can see. And then I will give it back to you because I don't want to click on the wrong things.
No, that's okay. So obviously we post about our events coming up, so you can see all of that, the nominations. This was the recipient of our July meeting. So Central Cities Ministries was selected in July. So we do a shout out to them. But one thing I did want to show too, we do lives from the event. So if you're not there, but you want to hear the pitch from each of the nonprofits that were selected, you can watch live and
that's
see that.
Amazing.
And then even ahead of the event, we post, sorry, I'm just trying to get there.
No, please do. Yep, this is exactly what we want to be doing.
Okay, so prior to the event, we will post all of the nonprofits that have been nominated. So if you want to go and do your research before the event, again, we're all about just promoting what these nonprofits are in our community that maybe you've never heard of before. Tech for Kids is a great one. When COVID hit and students needed technology to access classes, and there were a lot of students that didn't have, maybe they had one computer at home for their entire family. So Tech for Kids was formed to help put laptops in kids' hands so that they could stay up with their schoolwork and be successful that way. But a lot of these ones you probably don't even know about. So
no, and that's what's so cool about it too is the intentionality of it, the networking. I just can't say it enough. Getting to find out about all these nonprofits, and what a great way to participate. You've just set it up so well. It is set up so well, and I love that. Also, you're like, a lot of us want to make a difference, and you kind of go, oh, I wish somebody would do that. I wish somebody would do that. Well, you know what? These gals got together and just did it. And so join us next Wednesday, 3:30, to get all registered, just 4 to 5. And I imagine some people hang out afterwards too.
Absolutely, absolutely. Actually, when we reached out to the Moorhead Legion, they're like, "Oh, well, we have bingo that night, but that should be okay." So if you're a bingo fan, come early.
Yeah.
Donate to some charities. Stay for bingo. It'll be a great night.
It could be a whole night out too.
It could be a whole night out.
Moms always need a night out. Women need a night out. We need a little recoup, little live in the moment time.
Definitely.
So thank you so much, Allison. Is there anything I missed that you want to hit on?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Just feel free to reach out if you have any questions. But please come if you're curious and just want to check it out. Please come.
Yeah,
it's a
I
great
love that we can go and meet everybody without even being a member. But you're going to want to vote. I know you're going to want to vote because you're going to want to give one of these people this amazing chance. And I can't wait to hear about Central Cities Ministries and how they've used that. So that's going to be great. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. I'll let you get back to your very busy life. Allison Wickman, Power of 100, and I'm Jessie Emmett, your host of Valley News Now.